I think Africans deserve good quality pads.
Thank you.
Like, it's time.
Someone
It's time.
nice.
And when I talk about good quality, it's not just about the pad itself.
Yeah.
Access to the pad is important. There's no use of the pad being here if majority of the women cannot afford it.
True.
It's assumed that you're impure
Mm.
when you're on your period. You're somehow impure because one is supposed to touch the holy book
Okay.
and on our period. Also, we don't pray on because we're impure. But one of the things that I love about my religion is that when we're fasting and then you get your periods, you don't fast.
It's a fast.
Like, I'm gonna go to the back
Uh-huh.
and how we associated mood change with something called period madness.
God.
My
Wow.
goodness.
She's ccrazy.
She's crazy. She's cray.
Yes.
And the way
Yeah.
when men would look at you and say, if you exhibit even one emotion and go,
You're PMSing. And your periods.
Yeah.
hello?
Excuse me. That's what she said.
So guys, welcome to That's What She Said, the podcast. My name is Dr. Hope Simiu. I'm a medical doctor, medical advocate, health communicator, Instagrammer, etc.
Okay.
And I'll be your host for the day. So I have some lovely co-hosts. I'd like you guys to introduce yourselves. So we'll start here and then we'll go here.
Hello, I'm Natasha Wendell. Should I say a little bit about what I do?
Oh, yes, please.
Keep it brief. I play the saxophone. I am a film student at USIU. Shout out USIU. And I create digital content and I'm starting to create digital content. So if you want to see that, go to tasha.wendell. Yes.
Yes, so my name is Sagal Ahmed. I am currently in high school in Pangani Girls.
Hey, wow. So smart.
But my only interesting thing is I play the piano and I do a bit of content and soon to be podcaster. Yes. So to start, this thing has encouraged me. I'm going to start my own podcast. So drop by.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
We are waiting. We're really waiting. Yeah.
Keep it eager.
Wow. What form are you in?
From 2.
What are you doing in Form 2?
Don't even ask me, by the way. I was up pushing propaganda for terrible twos. So wow.
And you're so confident. I like how you speak. Please, podcasting is definitely in your future.
Yes.
Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about period poverty, menstrual health, and everything period related. I don't want you guys to shy. Please, let's talk openly. Let's talk confidently.
The right people.
I got the right people. Okay, sawa. But before you even go there, I just want to know what made you interested about this particular topic.
Great question. Oof. In my household, I'm the only girl. Like elder brother, younger brother, myself, and my mother. And so you don't really have a lot of people to talk to about it. And so you go to School of YouTube. And I think my mother has also been an integral part in that because she doesn't shy away from talking about this and just tying in mental health and mental wellness and awareness about periods because your period will affect your mood. It will affect how you walk, your energy. Yes. And when I went to high school, I would mention like PMS, PMSing because we're in a girls' school, this is a safe space. And to have a majority of the girls be like, what is PMS? I'm like, oh, that's not.
Okay.
We don't know. So I already started talking about this in my high school to the people at my disposal, and to have a bigger platform to educate even more people, that's wonderful. That's fantastic. Yeah.
And you do it so eloquently.
I tried.
So, a lot about you.
Me being my 15-year-old me, I was going to the topics and I was like, I found it. And I saw, okay, especially because I also pushed in my school about it. Actually, when I first got it, I was so excited. I was calling my friends. I'm like, hello, guess who's here? Changed person. Yes, so that I can go out and I'm like, because and I used to talk about it before I got them. Be like, you don't know what you're saying. Just keep quiet. You have no idea. But right now I'm like, so as an experienced person, I can tell you that because there's a way people aren't comfortable. They don't choose their pads. Like you're supposed to choose what makes you more comfortable because people get reactions. They're like, I still like it. I still want it. Like you have to choose. You select. You go through each and every one.
Yes.
So I love educating people on that because I feel like it's my thing. It's gonna be my thing.
Wow, at 15.
At 15.
I love that.
Wow.
I think for me, it started like in med school.
Yeah.
When I got to understand that periods are not supposed to be painful.
Mm.
And this is something that growing up, you have your cramps, it's extremely painful, and you're just like, I guess that's how it's supposed to be. But the more you get to learn about periods, the more you get to understand them, you get to realize that sometimes something else is going on, and it's not just your periods, but it's masked under this whole topic of periods. So for me, that's why I'm so vocal about it. But I also like women being empowered to know more about your body, how it works, what can you do about it, and what avenues do you have. Okay. So some hot takes. What are your hot takes when it comes to menstruation or like periods?
Oof.
Here we go.
Here we go. I hope you're ready.
Uh-huh.
My hot takes. It's mostly about the dispensation of pads in washrooms. I even say in classrooms. Let's start that conversation, guys. Because now, newly in uni, you know, high school is not a TA. They're telling you, go do your thing, condoms in the bathroom. No. When you join uni, now it's like they talk more about, you know, sexual health and all of that more than they do periods. And periods come monthly without a fail.
Without fail.
And they happen to almost a majority of the population, and they're not a choice. Sex is a choice. Periods are not a choice. So if we could, you know,
That's what she said.
that's what she
Yeah,
said.
for real. That's true.
If we could normalize talking about it more and having, like, actually helping period poverty by dispensing pads rather than condoms or with condoms, because we can't do it. Yay, we've seen the budget. But yeah, also in classrooms, because you can facilitate that conversation, because a classroom is a mixed environment. If it's in the bathroom, you know, it's hidden away. But if it's just there for everyone to see, you know, just put it front center near the door.
Labels.
Yes. Yeah, they ask, what is this? You say, sit down. Let's have the talk. That should be the talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my hot takes is we should definitely have something called a period holiday.
Ooh.
Speaking my language.
Give us like 2-3 days off just to chill at home, because come on, we go through a lot.
And let me tell you, I've actually experienced working in a place where they give you period leave and it's paid. It was one day, but let me tell you that one day makes such a big difference because you just think of, if you understand your cycle, you know which day will be the worst for you. So you actually take that day. And I'm so sorry to break it to you, Sagal. You're not on holiday. You're just working from home. Unfortunately.
For real?
Yeah. It's just trying to ease your uncomfortableness. Yeah. So how can we make you comfortable? Well, at the same time, you're kind of still doing the job that you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. So the president, when I'm president, imagine period leave is a must.
When?
It's a must. Yeah,
You're
that's why.
waiting.
Yeah. Okay, my hot take is I think Africans deserve good quality pads.
Thank you.
Like, it's time.
Someone
It's time. And when I talk about good quality, it's not just about the pad itself.
Yeah.
Access to the pad is important. There's no use of the pad being here if majority of the women cannot afford it.
True.
Yeah. So good quality, accessible pads where we're not talking about irritation or where we just have options. You know, you'll be like, this works for me, that doesn't work for me, but at least I have the option to get this.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's
my
what
hot
she
take.
said.
That's what she
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's by force. My body has said remove the blood by force.
Exactly.
Fire.
Yeah. Yeah. So we heard about your first time experience.
Oof.
But were you mentally prepared for it? You already had pads, and I wanted to ask you, where did the pads come from?
Let me tell you,
Start
even
Yeah.
leading up to that moment, I think I'm just melodramatic by nature, but that day was hilarious. Like, I look back at it and I'm just like laughing.
Yeah.
So it starts with the drive to my school. It was a very early morning because I used to leave my house at like 5:30 a.m. And then we go for assembly when I reach school, and I come back and I feel something. And I'm like, wait.
I'm fertile.
Hold it.
Fertile.
Wait a minute. So I have to just run to the bathroom and just
Yeah.
confirm. And I love my school's culture for periods because it was like when you get them, it's like celebration. I ran up those stairs. I don't even know where the energy came from. I was so excited. I just called my friend. I was like, it's time. Like, have you feel the Lion King music? My goodness. So I'm like, hey, she pulled her bag from I don't know where, pulled out an entire pack of Always pads. Those are the pads I proceeded to show my dad when I got home. Handed those to me, called someone else with contacts. I was like, no, that's not necessary. Don't hurry. Guys, stop, please, paparazzi. And she tied my waist with a sweater. I wasn't even leaking, by the way, but she just said, just in case. I was like, wow. I was so happy. I think I loved that aspect of community. And that was my, I think, last time using Always, because from that point, my mom started like a production, sort of pad production company, which was named after me, Tasha Sanitary, but the pads themselves are called Vibrance. And yeah, because I am very hypersensitive, like get allergic reactions really fast. And she found that the gel also, she would react to them. So she was like, you know what, let's find a way to do this. And when she started manufacturing, she was also solving two problems at once. And she started supplying the pads that she was making to communities that didn't necessarily have access, and not only to pads but to high quality pads. This was pure cotton, no like reactive gel, hypoallergenic. And to see that she was not compromising quality in helping. And one time I think I joined her to a school somewhere in Kibera, that's almost near us. And you hear how people are like, yes, in my house when you start your period, they wrap your underwear in like cloth, and you have to leave and wash it, and you don't really change as often because you only have that one cloth. And it really touched me because I was like, if I had started my period in a place like this, and this is not somewhere far from me actually, and to see the disparity in how they deal with it, because it's not like they have access to all these things, but we can help, we can solve this. And to see her take that step, it urges me to continue to help and to provide for these people. So we love that.
Where can we find these pads?
Yo,
Don't say they're not in stock.
So I did have some. We had them in bulk, and now we're reformulating. We want to start producing them in Kenya. Before we were producing them, Uko China, everything is made in China.
Oh,
yeah, so it's like, we have industries here. So now we're in the testing phase. I was distributing parts someday. I was like, guys, test this for me, But
You're
one of a victim. Oh yeah, but yes. So soon, maybe we'll start producing them commercially. But they're really good, pure cotton,
Fingers crossed. We're looking
hypoallergenic, and affordable. Can't forget that.
Affordable. How much? Name your price.
Let me tell you, when she was selling them, I think a pack of 8, she was selling them for 50 bob. Can you imagine?
Wow, cotton.
50, pure cotton. 50 bob.
Wow.
Of course, we had the economy and inflation.
Yeah.
It may raise a little, but not by that much. Probably 80 bob.
Which is, I feel.
And that's 10 bob for a pad. Yeah, very affordable.
What?
Clock it.
Well, wait.
Yeah.
Saga, what about you? Tell us about your first time, how it was.
My first time, I remember I went for a basketball. I was one of the... I went for a program where there were like 5 boys and me. So we were playing we played basketball, we played. And that day I had so much... My stomach was hurting. I was looking to the car, I was like, oh. I took another tip.
The fake pain.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Apparently there's that fake pain. I was looking to the car, like, you can ask my... Who was that? My driver was like honking the car. Coming, are you coming? Like, I'm coming. And so the customer saying, I'm calling mom, I'm like, Mom, my stomach hurts. They're going to take antacid when you go home. And I go home and I enter the room, and my grandma looks at me. You look like you're going to get your period today. And I was like, hello. Okay. Okay, I go take the antacid, I sit on the chair, like, Then I start feeling that something is not right here. I go straight to the washroom. I'm like, oh, surprise, shorty.
You have arrived.
Oh. And my mom had locked her room as usual, because normally locks her room, then she leaves. So she left with the key. So I call her, I'm like, why'd you lock your room? And you're not only with my grandma and me. I'm like, why'd you lock your room? She's like, oh, see, I always lock my room. I'm like, oh, well, guess what? I need the keys. And then anyway, my household was there, and she gave me one of hers. Like, yeah, go and do your stuff. I came out, I was like, where? I go, my grandma just waits for me outside the washroom. She's like,
I told you.
I told you it was today. I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what you see that I did not see.
Yeah.
But okay, because in my community, it's more of women. Some women are to be seen and not be heard from. Like, pads are a thing that I feel like somewhere deep there, pads are something like, oh my God, you have a pad. Someone that can actually get shocked. Like, that's a privilege somewhere. Like, you get pads. Like, somewhere in my Ushago, pads are rare for you to find someone with, just in the supermarket. This one supermarket called Umbrella. That's the only supermarket. Like, you went to Umbrella. Oh my God, you have a pad. Like, people are shocked by the fact that you have it, and you're like, what do you mean I have a pad? Of course I have a pad.
So what do they use?
They just use clothes, and then they
Yeah.
imagine. So I'm trying to imagine you use it, and then you wash it, and then you use, and you wash. Like, it's It's nasty.
a
Even
lot.
just removing the pad, you feel nasty. So now you're washing. You're just
And imagine now that's their reality. Yeah, from us, we see it from a point of privilege, but that's their everyday. And there's nothing they can do about it.
So you should start. We should reduce the price. We should be giving them for free, like Natasha.
Amen. That's what she said.
Yes. Your mom is an inspiration. We're banking on her.
Trying to be like her for real.
Now, let me tell you about mine. So I was a late bloomer. You said 11. I was 16.
Hey.
At that time, now I'm like, for real, it's not happening. It's not happening for me. It's okay. It's fine. I accepted it. I think I was in Form 2. And in Form 1, I think that's when many people started getting their periods.
Yeah.
So I was there like, today, tomorrow. Okay, fine. Just sit down. So it came in Form 2. And it came out of nowhere. But of course, my sister had started. So at least she gave me a pad. I started at home. Like just the day before we closed, we went back to school for midterm. I was so excited because I'm just like, guys, I have a story to tell at school.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just like, yes, it finally happened. Yeah. So that was exciting for me, to be honest. And then after that, I don't even remember what else happened. Like, if you ask me about my flow from 16, my cycle from 16 to like 22, I don't remember. Honestly, I do not remember.
It was like
Yeah.
sailing.
But speaking about communities, I remember we used to have things, CSR and the like. So you go to different communities and then you see some of the challenges they are facing and how you can help.
Yeah.
So we had this club called Junior Achievement, and that was one of our community projects. So we went to this community in Kajiado, and Kajiado at that time still had, I don't know if they still have it today, but they still had childhood marriages.
Uh-huh.
And one of the reasons that they were marrying the children off is they couldn't afford literally things, and pads was one of them. Yeah, and I was so sad, because you're just like, wait,
The marrying to get the pad.
like for something so small that you really don't even think twice to get.
True.
Yeah, and I was just like, period poverty is not a joke. It's actually someone's reality. And that's why we're talking about it today.
Exactly. That's what she said.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are some of the things that you wish you could change around menstruation today or around periods?
Ooh. Could it be something physiological?
If you're God, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But yes, actually, no. Imagine you had one wish. Maybe it can be physiological.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like take cramps away like 100%.
That's what
I feel
she
like-
said.
Yeah, because 70% of the problems I think I face during my periods are cramp related. Like I want to leave my house, I'm like, never mind.
I can't.
Nope. Yeah. So if we could have at least that movement, just capability of movement, I mean, of course there'll be fluctuation in mood and hormones, but yeah, if it's not like heightened with pain.
Yeah.
Hello, like I'm already not feeling the best, and then it's like, and then there's this.
To make it worse.
In addition,
Yeah.
I would actually just take
Yeah.
period pain away, like completely. And I think also now, physiological things aside, we've just talked about period poverty. If we could have pads not being something we need to purchase, but something that's available to everybody, if for free. I mean, this one is like a waste. Yes, like for free, that would be great, because that could be one less issue that women have to face with, because we already have so much on our plate. And for something that happens to everybody every month, wait, let's not.
Yeah.
You think all the time, you're like, my
Yes,
goodness,
it's like again. Oh, so soon.
We ended like 3 weeks
Yeah.
ago. It was just 4 weeks ago.
That's so.
Back to 9.
That's a very good point, actually. Free pads.
yeah,
I think for me, I would change how we learn about periods and menstruation. I feel like we learn about it from such a science perspective, where you're learning about it for the exam. You just need to pass it. But then if you ask many women today, how many cycles does menstruation have? They don't understand. You know, for you it's
one
allowed.
cycle, yeah.
For you it's allowed. You get there.
the one cycle, and
Yeah. And you actually get to understand why you're PMSing or why you're feeling like this at this particular point during your cycle.
Yeah.
You get to understand why, for instance, someone who has a 21-day cycle can have 2 periods in 1 month.
True.
Yeah. If you start the first day of the month,
You-
you'll probably get
End of
2
the month.
periods in 1 month. But you see, at that point, you're just thinking, am I sick? Is something happening? So how we learn about periods, I would actually change that so that it's more informative and relatable. Yes.
Love that.
Yeah.
Brave. What I would change about periods is how can I say, like, I would cut back on the day. If I had a wish, I would cut back on the day. That'd be like maybe for 1 day or 2 days.
Yeah.
Just only 2 days. I would really cut back on the days. But on the physiological part, I would definitely push on the period holidays. There's just these certain days where I like I just cannot step out of that door. Because if I do,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come back. I'm gonna get stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna push on that period holidays. If any of you guys become president, Chituruke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that ties into your point where you said free pads and period holidays. Like for some people, they have to stay home and not go to school because they're on their periods. So if you can do both of them together, you give the pads, they'll be able to go to school, get the education, finish, go for higher education or do whatever they want, start working. When they start working, they can have the period leave. So that actually,
For life.
yeah. So that you're not coming, like when you get the period leave, it's not like from a place of, oh my gosh, me, I remember I couldn't go to school. Because, it can be like a trauma, a trigger. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. What are some of the myths and misconceptions you've heard about periods? This one we must talk. And please, can I start?
Please.
I had this one and I just couldn't fathom that this is what someone has been thinking their whole life. There are people who actually think periods come at the end of every month like salaries.
Oh.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yes. Yeah. And why? Because we don't understand the cycle.
Exactly.
Yeah. So my period can come at the beginning. It can come this is for the men in the club. They can come at the beginning, in the middle, middle, at the end, anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. That's my misconception.
Love that. Oof. Oh my gosh. So many.
Think
so
fast.
quick.
Go, quick take.
Mom, I'm gonna go to the back
Uh-huh.
and how we associated mood change with something called period madness.
God.
My
Wow.
goodness.
She's crazy.
She's crazy. She's cray.
Yes.
And the way
Yeah.
when men would look at you and say, if you exhibit even one emotion and go,
You're PMSing. And your periods.
Yeah.
hello?
Excuse me.
True, because I mean, you shouldn't shame someone just at all for feeling, but to tie it to a period and shame them for having a period and for feeling, sir, double homicide. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Off with your head.
Yeah.
Immediately. Executed. Like, I mean, what if I'm on my periods? Hello, I'm vindicated. First of all, like, have you ever just been like so emotional? Then you're like, oh, that's why.
Exactly.
But now you see, you can't share that with your male flexibility. Even then they're like, and that's why.
That's why
And
you're
you're
like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We can't take your pain because you're emotionally controlled.
Imagine.
Exactly.
And it just continues the cycle of period shame. Because now you're not able to talk about it. When you're in your periods and you mess yourself, you want to hide. It's normal, guys.
It's
a normal process. Yeah. Shout out. Yes. I like that one.
This misconception is kind of like a long time ago.
Okay.
So like the boys used to ask us, like there's a girl who was on her period. Someone came up to her. She was like, so the boy was asking her, so when you pee, only they assume like it comes out like pee, like it goes to the and instead of like peeing, now your normal pee it comes out like blood. So she's just like
That's interesting.
So they assume when you're wearing a pad, it's like you're peeing,
Like
whatever.
continuously.
Yeah,
Oh.
just peeing and peeing, and she said like so how should we tell him that he's
Yeah,
so wrong?
Yeah.
And this thing, someone was lied to in my school at when you go in you can swim on your periods without a tampon. At
Yes.
the water pressure will
It's true,
drink.
guys.
Actually,
It's true.
Yeah.
Surface tension.
Oh my gosh.
Surface. Hey, you have heavy periods.
actually dropped. It's not
Yeah.
though. It's not like that, just so drops ting on the water surface, and I was like, oh,
Yeah. I feel like I've been preaching that to my friends that guys, you can swim.
Yeah,
With a tampon, you can swim. But they're just like, no, I'm not taking any.
no, thank you, not taking risks.
You mentioned something important about mental health.
Yes.
So I don't think people really understand that there's PMS, which is premenstrual disorder. I mean, premenstrual syndrome. And then there's PMDD,
Yes.
premenstrual disorder. Pre-PMDD. Hey, upon that one, you'll put it here. It's doing tongue twisters in my mind. But there's a difference between the two.
Yeah.
And telling someone that you're just on your periods,
Yes.
they actually might have this condition and they need the necessary help or medical attention that they can get.
Yeah.
I actually had a conversation with a gynecologist and she's talking to me about how PMDD can actually become so severe that someone manifests psychotically. Like you literally have a psychotic breakdown. So it's actually not right for us to take some of these
Exactly.
things lightly.
Yeah.
So shout out to you for that.
They
Yeah.
happen, guys.
Yeah.
And
And
to more people.
that's true. But PMS is so real. In case you're just feeling like, my mood is off, you're feeling like I'm tired. Okay, me I normally feel like my mood, first of all, I feel like I can slaughter someone.
For real.
I feel like I'm tired, exhausted. You know, there's tired and then there's exhausted. Like I'm going up the stairs and I'm just like, wow.
Like the tiniest things can just trigger you. Like
Yeah.
some small word.
Yeah.
Shut up.
And I used to wonder, like, honestly, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Now imagine a young girl who started her period so early. Maybe that's how she's in school. And no one understands why she's being like that. But imagine if they had the information.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now let's talk about normalizing these conversations.
Yes.
Do you guys talk about periods openly with your friends, family, communities, etc.?
Okay. In my community, I don't share, obviously, not with my family, definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
But my friends, they take it as a hype. Like, you're on your period, yes. At how are you feeling today? Right? Because they're just sometimes they're just so moody. They're like, let me guess, you're on your period. You're like, I might not be.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not, but I am. Maybe I'm rushed, but I am. Like, they take it as such a hype. Like, when I came back to school, and I was like, guess what, guys? It was not a hype. So I waited for my day.
Yeah.
The day I got up, I was like, guess what, guys? I made John Leon to pad loudly. I was like, guess what? Then we're like, yes, come tell us your experience. People want to know the first day, like, because people normally
Yeah.
have crazy experiences on their first time.
That's
When they
true.
find out, like, come
Yeah.
tell us how it happened.
Yeah.
I find like it's more of a hype in my school than something that like,
I
yeah.
think the same even for me when I was young. But you've mentioned something and I just want to go back to that. You said you don't talk about it with your family.
Yeah.
Why? Why is that the case?
Mostly because I'm a firstborn, so the rest are just kiddies. They don't know about this thing. And then also like, okay, it's me, and then my sister follows me. My sister who follows me is not in a rush. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
that girl is like, itakuja ikikuja.
Yeah.
She's 12 and like almost half of her classmates have it. She's just chill. She doesn't really care that much, but she's pretty much interested. Like when she sees me with a pad, she's like, you're going to change. She asks me those questions: how many times do you change in a day? Do you change at night? She assumes, okay, one of her assumptions is that you just wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, you have an alarm at 12. It's time.
Well, the alarm.
Alarm.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
So you have to break it. So you're like, no, you'll just know.
Yeah.
You just know when you're there. With my mom, obviously, yes, Kwanzaa, it's a hype with my mom. She calls me to her bedroom. She's like, sit down. How's your day? I understand it's your She can just tell by my mood. She can tell by my mood. Like, I'm guessing it's your day. So
That's
come
interesting.
sit and talk.
She studied you. She
Yeah.
knows.
She knows
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's your day. So come sit and talk. And I have to, and she'll know, she'll tell a difference between me on my normal days and when I'm on my cycle. Because I'm probably those guys who get really moody when they're on their cycle.
Yeah.
Come sit down, have a chat with me. My sister's there with her 100 questions, and you're already moody, and she's there shooting you with your 1,000,000 questions.
Yeah.
But the rest of my farm are just chill because the rest one is 7, 8. Like, we can't start talking about that at that age.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about in your community? Is it something that's normalized? You can talk about it?
No, it's something of a secret. Like, it's assumed that you're impure
Mm.
when you're on your periods. You're somehow impure because we're not supposed to touch the holy book
Okay.
and on our periods because we're I don't know, we're just impure.
Okay.
But okay, also we don't pray on us because we're impure. But one of the things that I love about my religion
Yeah.
is that when we're fasting and then you get your periods, you don't fast.
It's a fast.
Because of the cramps.
Yeah.
God really thought that the cramps are gonna affect us and everything. So when you're on your periods, so you just pass your friend, she's fine. Like, what are you doing? I'm drinking water. Yeah. You know, right there. Yeah. That's one of the things I really love about my religion. But in my community, it's not something you can just bring up. They'll be like, Nyamasa, go talk about that with your mom. That's a situation to talk with your mom, not around us.
Okay. Is that something you'd like to change? Or like you'd like to
Yeah.
see change?
Yes, I want to raise my children aspect for it's something normal.
Yeah.
Talk about it with me, and I know all my siblings will be like, we can tell your aunt and even tell your uncle. No
Yes.
problem. We all support you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's about you, Natasha?
I know.
Take it here, yours.
I'm so glad to have grown up in a lot of female spaces, except for my own house. My goodness. But yeah, my house, if it's just me and my mom, oh wow, the conversations we have. He looks at me and goes, "Oh, I'm so tired," and I'm like, "You're on your period?" I'm like, yeah. And I think she just loves having a daughter for that one reason. She's like, if I had 3 sons, my gosh, the pain, the torment, the torture. For other reasons as well, but this one specifically. But yeah, having a lot of female friends makes it like absolute 10 times easier to talk about it. And I don't know, I think also making it easier to talk to like male friends about it, because I have male friends that they don't ask if you're PMSing to attack you. Okay, sometimes it's like, oh, if you're PMSing, maybe I can get you something. It's like,
Oh, I understand where you're coming from.
send money to zeros. But yeah, but with my friends, oh, every time it's always like, oh my gosh, guys, like I love you so much. You're like, Ibu, open your flow up. We know what's going on, but it's always like every time we have that conversation, I was feeling so emotional. I was feeling like I was gonna bite someone's head off, and then I go home, and then I went to the washroom, and then I confirmed it. And I'm not crazy, guys. I'm not crazy. I was just
Are you period?
yeah, but to tell it to a friend that's always like, yes, understand, we relate. I'm like, I feel like 10 times more vindicated. When someone says,
true.
I can relate, I'm like, yes, I'm not alone. I'm not an alien. It makes sense. I love that.
Now I want to segue back to the community. You said you did a bit of community work with your mom. Did you find that these were normal conversations that those girls had?
Ooh, now, in these spaces, you find it's either two extremes. There's the people who grow up either extremely traditional in their households, and some that are already just by nature are outspoken. So you find that the more traditional people is like, hey, you don't even tell your friends when you're in your period. That's when you just wait for it to pass. Even asking
It's for you and you alone.
Yes, even asking for like pad. Don't ask a man. If you're asking for it, you have to pull someone aside to a dark corner. Be like, it's my time. Like, yeah. And to see that, I got kind of sad, because like, so how do you even ask questions about what's happening with you, like physiologically? Like, do you? And she's like, no, you figure it out for yourself, because it's happening to you personally. So you figure it out as you go. And I think one of the questions my mom asked was like, do you want your daughters to grow up with this mindset? Do you see anything wrong with this mindset? And it's like, I think sometimes it does make it hard, like, to understand what's going on. But it's the way I've grown up, then I don't see anything wrong with it.
true.
It's normal for me. And yeah, just to find people, like, just telling people that maybe your sense of normal shouldn't be normal, because this shouldn't be something you're ashamed of, something you hide. Yeah.
Okay. Now I want us to move to something different. It might be a bit painful to listen to, but period poverty is something that's so real. When you hear the word period poverty, what do you understand about it?
You want to go first? Say you. Wow, it was so courteous. I'd say for me, I think about two things. First is access.
Yeah.
Like, are these people able to access pads easily? Second thing is affordability. If they can access, what is the cost? How much is it running them as they buy them? Yeah. So that's what I think when I think period poverty. Okay. Yeah.
I'm mostly thinking costs, and what if they've been raised like up to be, they could maybe think that it's something that you should hide, because if you're thinking it's something you say, you're not gonna go buying pads. Say, I need one, right? So I think it's mostly about cost, and that's how you raised up as.
Okay. I'll add another layer.
Yeah.
Quality as well.
Oh, true.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Because I am sure you've had this story that Africans don't get the best quality pads.
It's a lie.
It's true.
It's true. It's very true.
It's very true, actually.
Personally, I think it's not like, it's more of mentality, because there's some people living their life. The pads pure cotton 100%, but there's some people down there, they just use clothes, so it's 50-50.
That's why the period poverty is there, because the people living the life, now that's privilege.
True.
What percentage of every girl in Kenya can afford a pure cotton pad
Yeah.
in a pack? So think about it. For 12 months of the year, can I spend this amount of money on cotton pads? And let you have a heavy flow where you're changing I don't know how many times a day. Yeah. So period poverty is something very important to talk about. Have you guys had any stories that you can mention where maybe you were speaking to someone, or maybe it's yourself, a period poverty story that really impacted you and you're just like, that needs to change. We need to change, and this conversation needs to be amplified even louder?
a story I've had. It's very on the extreme end. It was a while back, and it was like a book I was reading of real life experience of this Amalo. I should mention it's a Luo woman, a Luo SDA woman, and she's married off, and one of the things she was like struggling with is miscarriages, but she mentions her periods in the book, and she said when she'd have her periods, she'd have to bind herself. And when I was reading the first time, I was like, bind.
What does that mean?
What does she mean by bind?
Yeah.
And as it turns out, she'd gotten a procedure done when she started her periods because apparently it helped with the blood and all of that gore and the uncleanliness, as they would say. And I think now, and as an SDA law community, now that was a while back, I'd say 70s, 80s, and some people still in the rural areas do practice this, like binding of girls, not just for tradition, but specifically because of periods. And I would say even period poverty, because they don't use pads. Yeah.
So where does it go?
Yeah,
It
that's
just
interesting.
silly.
Well, that's why she was having the pain.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I would say, and also the miscarriages, because the binding is not like
where does
done
it
in a
go, though?
hospital. I wonder.
Where does it go?
Were they trying to make her not menstruate?
Apparently,
Okay.
like block it up there, just keep it.
It's gonna. What's it gonna go through? It's just gonna keep accumulating all day.
I wonder.
You'll
As a
never
doctor,
know.
what do we?
You'll never-
I guess
If there's no outlet,
Then what happens after that?
it just has to stay there.
Yeah.
And blood actually it changes. It goes through processes if it doesn't come out of the body. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think for me, a period poverty story that apart from now the ladies in Kajiado, is, when you're listening to the likes of Janet Bugwa,
Yes.
and she does a lot of work around advocacy in period poverty, and also the founder of Binti Pads. And I'm just like, wow, like, why does it sound like there are more women who can't afford the pads than there are that actually can't afford the pads? So, I mean, that's what she said, thought it better to have her come and have this conversation with us. So we're going to have a guest and she's going to introduce herself, but we're going to understand period poverty a bit better, how culture, taboos, religion, and all this come together. And also, like, what next steps can we take to actually change this? Because at the end of the day, we're not just talking. You want things to change and to change for the better. Yeah, so we're going to have a guest. Are you excited for the guest?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what she said.